save a seat. That's nice. Okay, so in Blackboard, I have the syllabus for this class, and I didn't print it out because I think it's kind of something that gets thrown away real quickly anyway, so I wanted to go through just some highlight parts of it. I know that you guys have all had classes here already, so you've all seen the basic information of LTC that we have to put in the syllabus. But what's specific to this class, so this is going to be from 8 to noon, and hopefully very soon, next week maybe, we'll be going outside a lot during this class to take pictures. So think about that, dress accordingly, be prepared to go outside and walk around campus a little bit. If the weather's crummy or it's not even worth going out hardly to take a picture because it's like that, we would walk around inside in here and try to get some things done. So I need you to bring your camera every single class and be ready to go with it, which means it needs to have a charged battery and it needs to have a card in it. I didn't have a charge. Well, I charged my battery, but I left it at home when I taught this class on Monday, so I was a poor example. But always have your batteries charged and in your camera, be ready to take pictures. Let's see. I have office hours Tuesday and Thursday over the noon hour if you ever need to pop in without an appointment. Otherwise, I'm teaching all days, Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays right now, so I'm on campus for sure those days. Some days on Wednesdays or some weeks. But I could meet with you outside of those hours if need be for any reason, so just let me know. All right, books. There are 2 books for this class. The first one is a small one, the Scott Kelby book, and this is the one that I'm going to have you read through quite a bit in the early days. Has anybody paged through it yet to see how simple and easy it is? Like, it's a quick read. It's a paragraph and a picture on everything, and basically he tells you what he did to get the shot or what the tip is. It's not a lot of theory, it's hands-on, here's what you need to do if you want this shot. The second book that we're going to use, maybe on week 3 or 4, we'll start using is this one, the Photoshop book for digital photographers. So we're also going to build off of your Photoshop skills, which is not a prereq for this class, I get, but has everybody had Photoshop? Everybody has. That's good. Then we can kind of ignore the simple stuff and jump right into the cool stuff in this book and in some other tutorials. The things that we didn't do in the Photoshop book, HDR photography, what else was in that one chapter that we skipped? That one for sure, but we cover those all now. Camera raw. Yeah, raw, camera raw we're going to cover in here, HDR photography, panoramas, stitching together using Photoshop rather than using your camera's feature if you have that. So this book you don't need to drag every week until I tell you, which will probably be, like I said, week 3 or 4. So if you want to save 3 pounds on your back, you can leave this one home for a while, okay? All right. You do need to be able to have a camera available to use in this class. School has 2. We started with 4, and over the course of 7-8 years, 2 of them have walked off. But you do have to fill out paperwork to check them out. And you are responsible for them financially if they don't return. So it's not like they're a free gift because you enrolled in the class. They're not the greatest, but they are a digital camera that can do it can do everything I'm going to teach you about. It just can't do the advanced versions of it, but it can do pictures. So if anybody needs to borrow these 2 cameras, that's an option. Plus the library has 2. They have a Casio and an Olympus, I think, that can be checked out for 2 weeks at a time. But when I talked to Kelly in the library, she said if somebody needed one for the duration of the class, we could work that out too. So let me know at the break or at the end of class if you're going to need a camera possibly. You can have a point and shoot. You can have, this must be my daughter's, I'm thinking, a slightly bigger point and shoot, which is not really any bigger, it's just a little thicker. Or you could have an SLR. So it doesn't matter what version as long as it's a camera, and we can make some setting changes. So you also need to have your subscription to Photoshop, which you all do, right? You all have Creative Cloud, so we're set. That's a relief. So the grading scale for this class is the same as all program classes. everybody in here is a graphic and web student. I don't have any class takers like I often do. So you guys all need a C or better to pass and to move on. So 92, 93 is an A, 86 is a B, 80 is a C, and you need a C or above to pass. So keep that in mind. Deadlines, same thing I had earlier this spring if you had me for any classes. Slightly different because I'm really trying to get you guys prepared for this industry if indeed graphic and web design is what you want to do, and I assume that's why you're all here. So it's extremely deadline driven. When you have a deadline, when a magazine goes to press or a newspaper runs for the Sunday paper, if your client doesn't have their ad there because you were a day late and $1 short, what happens? Yeah, your client has no ad in the paper. Your client still paid for it because they reserved it, so they still pay that amount of money, and you very likely are fired, and you don't have a job, and your reputation gets shot. So deadlines are critical. So late assignments are only accepted at my discretion. So if there's a really good reason for why they're late or why you're having a problem, or you've talked to me and I know what's going on, then I'll consider it. If I hear nothing from you and you turn in nothing, you get nothing. That's the new rule, because it's term 2. We're moving on. We're growing up, okay? So if I allow you to turn in late work, if I say yes and we agree to that, 1 to 3 days late is worth 90% max value. The rest of that week, it's worth 80%. And the second week of being late, it's down to 50%. The key is also, you have to turn in what you have on the deadline. So this is a little bit different. It's photos. This is your homework in this class, taking pictures. Okay? I don't see, there's no reason to be late with these. This is relatively fun. Even on a crummy weather week, it's a relatively fun class. You get to go take pictures. So if I have you turn in, let's just say, for example, 6 photos, and for some reason you only do 1, you better turn in that 1 on deadline to get me to consider giving you a late fee or a late extension. Whatever. A late fee would be good. That's what I should do. I should monetize this crap. You want me to grade your late paper? Ooh. Just kidding. This is being recorded. I'm kidding. Crap, whoever's listening. So that's the penalty. That's how we're working this. Attendance, missed classes, lateness, there are only 7 classes. You can't miss a lot. I still say you can't miss more than 2, but I say that for the 15-week classes too. So you really, really, really cannot have unexcused absences more than 2, or you do earn yourself a letter F on your grade card, and you earn it yourself. That's how that works. All right. The business and technology statement. This is on all of your syllabi. It's been on mine. It's been on Mary's. It's been on Kelly's. You've seen this. Anybody have any questions? Otherwise, we're going to just kind of zip through this. All good? Okay, the last 2 pages on here are the grade card, and I will get that printed out for you. You get 5 points every week that you show up and participate and talk and smile and look awake and don't sleep. 5 right away. Then we have some different projects throughout the time, and each week when those are assigned, that's what they are worth. You have a final project, which I have event photography. It may or may not be that, so don't let that throw you off, but it is a final photography project. 2 worksheets, 1 quiz, and then we're going to do uploads to some site. I'm not sure if Flickr is the one I'm going to use this year, but I'm going to make sure you guys know how to upload and share photos on sharing sites and give other people access to them for whatever they might need. So that's how it's going to be. That's how you're going to earn your points. Any questions on the syllabus? All right, hearing none.